Hey everyone, this is PrinceWatercress, and welcome back to Let's Play Brave Fencer Musashi for the Sony PlayStation 1. In the last video, we made our way through the third part of Soda Fountain, and we beat Topo in a dance battle. And now we've come across Colonel Capricola, who has the Princess Fillet right next to him, and we gotta go after him. So, all we have to do is just make our way through another little spiral staircase. Not the first, not the last. Actually, no, it's not the last. Spoiler alert, it's not the last. I'm just double jumping that makes this faster. And so we can catch up with Colonel Capricola. It's time for bosses. Crest Guardian, Tower of Death. The first of a few. So, while you're floating like this, you can hold X to ascend and let go of it to descend. You need to make sure you don't run into any of the walls, or else you're going to hurt yourself. While this is going on, you also want to make sure that you look for a eye that is glowing green. When you find it, you hit it with Lumina. That'll bring some damage to the Tower of Death and bring down that health meter. Not a whole lot, just a little bit, but, well, it's actually going to do something at the very least. Ow. Hey, there you are. And after we do enough damage, the tower will start doing different stuff. Don't worry. You're not going to be outmaneuvering moving walls for very long. Of course, this would be easier if I didn't run into everything. I swear these things actually change direction every so often. Maybe some of them do, maybe some of them don't. Hard to tell. You will go in one direction faster than the other while you're doing this, so keep that in mind. Also, you will want to watch your health, so that way you don't have the hardest time in the world. And right now I'm having the hardest time in the world. I really should not be taking that much damage. In case I take a whole bunch of damage, though, I will have plenty of cheeses ready, so we got that. And, well, now everything is stopped moving. And now some of the walls have receded into the tower, and the ones that haven't will produce these electrical barriers that will switch position every so often, which we will have to avoid as we try to do more damage to the Tower of Death. Just stay between walls. You should be able to do this. Don't be anywhere near where the... Hello. Where the barriers, the electrical barriers, are going to be. If I take any more hits, I'm definitely going to have to use a cheese. I may have to do so sooner than I think. Oh, there we go. And for this particular pattern, you want to stay away from the eyes when they turn white, because they open and they turn white. They will fire beams. The beams hurt, which should be obvious. And I'm about to say, I think you're right here. Get out of there. Okay, really get a cheese going. Let's go ahead and do that. I'm going to get a drink while I wait for my HP to refill. Cheese is the best pickup for any and all boss battles in this game. That's why I kept carrying them the whole time. Just run around for like a whole week and you can just heal any and all damage. And I am taking more damage than I would like. Why I have the feeling that you are over in this direction? Okay, I thought you would be in the same column, but nope, you're just in the middle. And somehow I lucked out and ran into that. Cool. Excellent. Alright. Now they're looking at us. And they'll close, and then they'll open again. You need to find an eye that is closed and stay near it, because those little red hexagons will produce a beam that, if it hits you, will reverse your left and right controls. So you want to make sure you don't get hit by that. It will make doing things in this battle more difficult if you get hit with the little confuse ray. And I managed to luck out and find the big spot. Oh no! Oh no. Well, that's no good. Well, I'm no longer confused now, but now I need to keep myself from being even more confused. Oh, there you are. Wait, no, that wasn't it. I really need to find that green eye. Now I can't find the green eye. I may have to use another cheese. Ah! I thought I'd be able to get out of there in time. I couldn't. And I may have to use yet another cheese. Can I just find that green eye already? I would like to. I am not having the best of luck with this battle. Come on. Stay out of there. Ow. Well, at least we got this pattern going again. I can't really complain all that much. Hey, there you are. Let's end this already. Good grief. Musashi received the Tower of Death's core. The Sky Crest has been liberated. Limit level has increased. Max BP increased by 25, bringing our BP to 500. Finally. Ailments are cured. How refreshing.
The Sky Crest! This is it! Wonder what kind of power I'll get.
And thankfully our health and BP are fully restored. All we need to do is just get the crest.
That is as far as you go. Unless you do not care what happens to this girl.
Musashi, hurry up and save me! This guy stinks!
Hey, so you're Flatski.
That's correct. Capricola, take the Lumina from the midget. What are you waiting for? Get my Lumina!
must be easy. To give orders and complain about everything. What a life you have. Do you know how many lives you've destroyed? Ha! As though you'd regret anything. Why'd I even ask? You can't order me around anymore. I've been waiting for this moment ever since. Ever since you killed my parents!
What are you saying, Capri? I do not remember killing your parents.
Remember this?
John!
That hat! You can't be!
Good for you. You remembered. That's natural. Even you couldn't forget Thirst Quencher's prince. I've come for revenge.
Oh, Thirst Quencher's prince. I thought you died with your parents. But Capricola, that was an accident. I did not mean to.
Huh. An accident? Don't make me laugh. I saw everything. You...
John, watch out!
Ugh.
Yeehaw! Bullseye! Hey, Pops, you all right?
That's a good boy. Well done. Now I should get the Lumina from that Musashi.
Musashi, please help me!
Musashi, don't give it to him.
John, I'm sorry, but I don't know what's going on anymore. Don't worry, though. I won't let Flatsky have his way.
Now that the Lumina is mine, I can rule the world! Ha! Go away, you tomboy. No need for you anymore.
Princess! You're gonna get it, pal! Princess, you all right?
Thanks, Musashi. I'm okay. But like if we don't do something, Flatsky's gonna take over this world.
Maybe.
Now I will be in the history books. How exciting. Give me eternal power, legendary sword, Lumina! This is the Wizard of Darkness. Looks powerful. Let us see. First, go over there and get rid of that garbage. Let us say your prayers.
I am free. Now no one can stop my plans for destruction.
Why did that monster come out of Lumina?
As I expected.
Like, what's going on?
The Wizard of Darkness wasn't sealed by Lumina, but was sealed within Lumina.
You mean that I've been doing all this to release the Wizard of Darkness?
No wonder brave fencer Musashi had Crest Guardians protect the scrolls.
Watch out! It knows we're here!
Musashi, get out of here!
What about you, John?
Don't worry about me. Oh yeah, take care of
We need to double jump our way out of here. Especially up the slopes. There are going to be 2 spots where we need to jump over a gap, or else we are doing this all over again. That's the first one. And the second one is coming up. It's right there.
You are late, Musashi, as always.
Like, sorry. Got kidnapped again.
Kojiro! You're still alive? Let go of the princess! You actually think that you were able to get rid of me? Ha! Now how about this? If you agree to a duel, she can go free. All right. You never give up, do you? No time to chit-chat. Musashi, get ready to perish! Princess, watch out! What? Princess!
Duel. Musashi, get ready to perish. Duel. Duel.
Shoot! It absorbed Kojiro. Oh well. Gotta find the princess.
And now, for the other spiral staircase. We need to double jump our way up here. And then we need to jump from platform to platform. Okay, that'll kill me.
Princess, I might not be able to do it.
Okay, but at least we'll be back here. So, we're now going to have to jump from platform to platform again. We're going to have to be very fast as to how we do it too. Can't believe I let that happen. And when you see a light green shadow like that, you know that Dark Lumina is going to leap at you, and you don't want that. You want to be very careful with your jumps, but you also want to be fast with this. The slowdown from Dark Lumina can help a little bit. And there we go.
Princess! Oh, I thought you were...
Musashi.
Looks like their personalities bonded, and now I guess all they want is me. No worries. I'll smash it to bits in return. Until then, stay here. And don't let anyone kidnap you again, okay?
I'll be all right. Just don't lose, okay?
And this is Dark Lumina Part 2. We actually have to fight this thing now.
What a dumb-looking wizard. I did all that to free this beast? You're gonna get it now, pal!
So, we need to run around. We need to get close to this guy. And not have that happen. After the tail swipe, we need to keep hitting Dark Lumina in the head until the jewel in his head turns red. Then we have to avoid whatever attack he has, such as using the double jump to, you know, avoid. Come on! We have to use the double jump to avoid that energy wave. You also want to avoid getting slammed and also thrown off. After that tail swipe, you want to keep using Rumperoni SP. 2, 3. Until the jewel in his head is bright red, and then once it's bright red, you want to avoid the attack. For the fireballs, he spits 3 pairs, and after the 3rd pair, you want to get close to him and then hit him with Lumina. You always want to hit him with Lumina no matter what. Okay. You just want to be near him, but not in front of him. And apparently, 3 footsteps is all he takes before he does whatever before he does that little tailspin attack. And I cannot give myself enough room to do Rumperoni SP, so I'm going to have to start this all over. Or not. And you always want to walk up to him when his head is down, so that way you can hit him with Lumina. It's a lot easier to get close to him that way. And here's the finale for Dark Lumina.
Still alive? Still wanna play, huh? You're gonna regret it, pal!
And it's final boss time. We need to avoid the fireballs that this guy shoots out and sends to the floor when he turns red. After he stops shooting fireballs, you want to throw fusion at him. And when he turns into that, you hit him with Lumina, then you get away from him. Make sure you don't fall off the building there when you're trying to get away from him. When he turns pink, he shoots out those little sword beams. When he turns green, he tries to blow you off of the building. But you can use the... Oh, come on. You can use the Sky Scroll to just fly towards the center of the building. And then you can just keep from falling off the building. When he turns blue like that, he splits into 5, and you'll need to avoid him. Thankfully, he always goes in a specific direction, either counterclockwise or counterclockwise. so that he's easy to avoid. And when he turns gold like that, he shoots out 3 energy waves. You want to jump over all of those. When he turns a light blue like that, like more of a water blue, he shoots out these bubbles, which split into 8 bubbles when they land on the building. And you want to avoid all that water. Thankfully, it's more than likely the easiest attack to avoid. Though it may just be as easy to avoid the sword beams too. And from there, he just repeats his attack patterns. Ah! It's tough to time that second one. And yeah, you want to keep doing this every time after he does an attack. Just do the assimilate thing. Keep pressing square so that way you can turn him into that little core thing and then strike him with Lumina. Yeah, it's easy. That's easy to avoid if you know what to do. Oh, come on! Why can't I throw this at you? Well, at least we've seen all of his attacks at this point. Apparently I'm not fast enough. Mash the button. And that's it. He's done. You just beat Brave Fencer Musashi. The battle is over. The Wizard of Darkness was once again sealed in the Lumina by Brave Fencer Musashi. The truth about Lumina must be known so that the wizard can never be set free again. By telling the news story of the legendary Brave Fencer Musashi. Even though it'll probably happen again because stuff sealed and stuff always gets unsealed. Absolutely.
Because you went on vacation and, left me all alone.
There, my child. You're correct. It is all my fault. I'm awfully sorry. But you didn't have to destroy the castle, dear.
From now on, we will tell you before we take a vacation.
As long as you're sorry. Huh? No, that's not what I mean.
Don't get so upset, my child.
By the way, who is that little person over there?
Oh, him? He saved my life.
Saved your life?
You don't mean that something happened while we were away?
Nothing happened? Right, Ripson?
Yes, other than the princess's party, it doth be very peaceful every day.
See?
Princess, I'm gonna go return this. Back in a flash.
All right, Musashi. Be careful.
That's Lumina, the sword of luminescence.
Oh, gracious me! And the name Musashi. You cannot be...
I'm the legendary brave fencer Musashi. How's it going, old man?
And that is it. That is Brave Fencer Musashi for the Sony PlayStation 1. And these are some pretty high quality visuals, not gonna lie. At least here in the credits. It has been fun learning how to play through this game one more time, just to see if I could do it all over again, and thankfully I was able to do it again for the internet. But how does this stack up compared to Square's other games? Well, it's really not that bad at all. Graphics are pretty good for the era. You can easily identify stuff. It's got a much simpler look to it, this game does, compared to other games that Square made during this era. It feels like and looks like it appeals to a younger audience. And amazingly, even despite that, it's still a fun little game. It's still a fun looking game. Sound and music, there are some pretty good spots in the music. You'll be hearing the village music a lot. You'll be hearing a lot of adventurous music in the dungeons and all the places where you'll have to fight enemies. There's a really relaxing tone to the music when you're in the village at night, which I really liked. The soundtrack really does have its moments, and I recommend listening to some of it. As for the sound and the voice acting, that was all pretty good too. You're going to be hearing a lot of battle-related sound effects as you go through this game. And the voice acting in this game, really good, pretty memorable. Mona Marshall did a really good job as Musashi. Some of it is a little over the top, but then again, this is the 1990s. Voice acting from this era pretty much is going to be a bit over the top at times. As for the gameplay and the play control, I had no problems playing my way through the game. Gameplay was pretty responsive for the most part. And it was pretty easy to pull off moves when I needed to do it. And now we're going to return Lumina. And with that, that's the ending. There were some times where I would accidentally fall off of a platform, but at least I was able to pretty much correct that. Either by making sure I was definitely at the edge before I jumped, and whatnot. As for the replay value, there is quite a bit of length to this game. I wouldn't say a lot of length, but there's definitely a little bit of length. And leveling up kind of adds to that length. So there is that. But once you play through the main game, you've pretty much seen all that the game has to offer. And do I press? Okay. I guess I either have to wait long enough or I actually have to press start hard enough to get that to happen. But I would like to save. And I'm going to put this right here. Why am I putting that right here in the first file? Well, when I go back
Brave fencer Musashi.
to my game,
Let's do it.
where I just saved it, any moment now, the game sends me back to before I went to Soda Fountain. So I won't have the sky scroll anymore. Instead, I'll be back where... I'll be back in the village. I'll be back at the inn.
Hello.
And that leads to the toys. But first, I want to talk to Kurt. Okay. Alright. So I have some notes that I want to use for the toys. So when you beat the game, you should be able to have all the toys if you've done everything. Well, there's Series 6. Are you serious? How do I not have all the treasure? Ugh. Well, I'm gonna see what I can get. Right now. So there's Soldier 1H, fencing action figure, collector's items, shield and sword included. That is worth some money. There's Soldier 2H, 970, holds a large gun, a collector's item, large gun included. Soldier 3H, holds a large bazooka, a collector's item, bazooka included. So we're now seeing the enemies that we saw in Soda Fountain showing up over here. There's Big Walker, a truly realistic super action figure, pig loader included, which is a little flying thing that shot lasers at us. There's the Flatsky figure, speaking action figure, armor included. And the Tower of Death, 2000. Rotates with the touch of a button. Electric panels pop out. Now for the special ones. I'm going to skip the second one, because, or rather, I'm going to explain the second one because I've already done it. Princess Filet, we got this one at the end of Chapter 5. You have to rescue everyone on the rescue list, which means you have to free everyone in the Bincho fields. That's how we got that one. The second one is John and Leno. John and Leno, you have to get all the treasure in the game, which makes sense because John's a treasure hunter. Not to mention the Thirst Quencher Prince. From the notes that I have, this does include the soda fountain chests and does not include memory boxes. Because I didn't open all the chests, I pretty much missed something somewhere and I'm going to have to go get it. And I'll see you when we get that. Mother Minku. You get this one for finding all 13 Minku and then fighting the Mother Minku in the forest. We got that one before going to Soda Fountain. There's a Kojiro figure. You have to knock on Mr. and Mrs. Lacter's door and talk to Mr. Lacter in Chapter 6 in order to get this one. It's kind of hinted at that you can get this one in Chapter 5, but you have to wait until Chapter 6. Basically, this is available as soon as you beat the Queen Ant. Dark Lumina, you have to beat the game. This is Dark Lumina 1. Powerfully built figure with 2 types of action moves. $1,200 for buying it. Dark Lumina 2, you need to be at least level 28, and you have to have all the legendary armor. It doesn't matter if you have the gloves or the blanket, as long as you have all the armor, you'll be able to get this. Re-experience the final battle. Shakes its tail. So now, I'm going to have to see where I missed a treasure chest, which is not fun. And I'll be right back when I figure it out. As for that last one, you only get that one when you get
Welcome. Make yourself at home.
all of the other toys. That includes John and Leno. So I'm going to save right here. And I will meet you when I find that last treasure. Whatever it may be. See you then. If you're going to miss a chest, at least make it an easy one to miss. So we're back at the Island of Dragons. And if you stick all the way to the left, on the way down the file scroll, there's a chest with 500 drons in it that I'm not going to need. And here I was thinking it was going to be in the restaurant basement. Nope, I got all of those. So, I'll meet you back at either the toy store or another chest that I somehow missed, whichever happens first. It appears that I missed another chest, and it was all the way down here.
Man, I'm carrying too many things. Oh, what the heck? I'll use or throw something away.
Well, it's not like I'm going to be able to use or make much use of the medicinal drink, the sea drink, so I'm just going to go ahead and grab that. I'm just going to go ahead and grab that odd bone and find out it's the baton and go ahead and sell it to Connors as soon as I use the sea drink and try really hard not to butcher the English language again. Now, hopefully, this will be the last treasure that I have to pick up in order to do this. And if we don't have this, afterwards we're going to have a problem. So, I'll see you back at whatever the next treasure is if somehow I mess up and find out I have a third treasure I need to pick up, or at the toy store. Again, whichever happens first. We are back in the village. I forgot to mention that in order to get to Baton, you have to enter the upper mine where you had to go and face the Queen Ant in Chapter 5. And when you get to that area with all the lifts, you have to go all the way down. Probably should have mentioned that in the search for the baton. Twirl it and throw it up into the air. I'm actually selling this because I forgot to show off the item description. And, well, I need to sell it, not appraise it. So with that said, I did check. Thought I picked the wrong option there. And lo and behold,
Hello.
we have it. At last. $970 we can get John and Leno. Now, if we back out of this menu, now that we have all the other toys, D-Lumina 3! Interchangeable parts give 3 types of action moves. We have all the toys. And of course, there's John and Leno. Free him from his stocks. Stocks and Leno, the dog included. So now that that's all taken care of, at last, I have now beaten the game. 100%. I don't have to do anything else anymore except show off the toys.
Make yourself at home.
I'd rather show off the toys just because I can. But before I do that, I'm going to go to this toy store one last time, and I'm going to recap everything that you have to do to get all the special toys.
Hello.
Now, usually you have to fight enemies and defeat them to get their toys. That's how you get all the action figures in Series 1 through 6. But for special, you have to do different things. I've mentioned this before, but I'm going to do a quick recap anyway. For Princess Filet, you have to free everyone on the rescue list. That means breaking all 35 Bincho fields and rescuing everyone missing from the castle. For John and Leno, you have to open every treasure chest in the game. This includes all the chests with the stuff that has to be appraised, all the chests that have money in them, and the 4 treasure chests and soda fountain. You do have to open those as well. Memory boxes do not count. You do not have to open those. But the chests in the soda fountain, as well as all the chests in the overworld, in the rest of the game's world that aren't memory boxes, like that either have treasure or drawings in them. That includes even the ones with the legendary armor things in them. You have to open those. Mother Minku, you have to find all 13 Minkus, get their longevity berries, and then fight the Mother Minku in the forest to get this one. Kojiro, you have to knock on Mr. and Mrs. Lecter's door at the beginning of Chapter 6 to get this one. This one is hinted at in Chapter 5 after you beat the Queen Ant, but you don't get this until the beginning of Chapter 6. For Dark Lumina 1, let me pull my notes out for this one because I do not want to be wrong about this. Dark Lumina 1, you just need to beat the game. That's it. For Dark Lumina 2, you need to be at least level 28 And you must have all the legendary armor. It does not matter if you choose between the legendary gloves and the legendary quilt, just as long as you have all of them. And for Dark Lumina 3, you have to get all the toys. All series 1 through 6, and everything else before Dark Lumina 3 in order to get Dark Lumina 3 to show up. Once you have all the toys bought, you can back out of this menu, return to it, go to Special, and D-Lumina 3 will be there. You do not have to open all the toys. You just have to buy all of them. That's it. And now, it's time to have some fun. So I forgot to mention, even though it was pretty obvious, if this game should be purchased. If this game should be played, if this game should be at least tried out at the end of my mini review. And I can confidently say, heck yeah, yes you should. It's a wonderful game. It may not be Final Fantasy VII, it may not be Final Fantasy VIII. As polarizing as Final Fantasy VIII is. I don't know why I mentioned that game. It may not even be Final Fantasy VI, but it's still a wonderful game to get. Go get it. There's a reason I came back to this and got back to this like somebody relearning how to ride a bike. Let's play with toys. Starting with Soldier 1H. Oh. They do have pig noses. Okay. And Action 1 is the Sword Slash and more active Sword Slash for Action 2. Soldier 1H, latest Binchaloid soldier, 5 times more powerful. Soldier 2H, this is the one with the machine gun. It's the same as the last one but blue. And he's got a gun. And it's a big gun. Though you could probably tell just from... Wow. Looking at him. Action 1 gives you a 3-way shot, and Action 2 just has him marching in place. Soldier 2H, latest Binchaloid... Really? You just give me the same description? Okay. Makes this easier for me. And I thought this guy was brown, but he looks more like an orange. Okay, well, he's got a rocket launcher. So there's that, I guess. And I don't even know why I'm looking up and down on this guy, because he looks mostly the same. And Action 1 is the rocket launcher, and Action 2 is the march. Same description. And now there's Big Walker. Let's go ahead and open this one. It's a nice little walker that gave us Bincho and health every time we destroyed it. And it has a nice little pig head that you can't even see in game because, well, when you do see it, it's from a top-down perspective. Action 1 is the march, which is the only thing it does. And Action 2 is the pig loader, flying back and forth. Big Walker, Thirst Quencher's walking weapon. Attacks with a laser. Sadly, does not come with Thief or Spike. And Flatski. Well, that's Flatski, I guess. Not much under there. Not much under here. Is that his face? Is that supposed to be a mask? I guess that's supposed to be his mustache. Maybe it's what's holding his robe together. I don't know. Action 1 is the laugh.
What is that?
And action 2 is him being angry. Flatski, Thirst Quencher's Fuhrer. A ruthlessly ambitious guy. You don't say. And the Tower of Death. Well, this looks not as menacing. But hey, you should get a full Tower of Death. And not much there. Action 1 is the walls going in and out, and Action 2 is the actual spinning thing. Tower of Death, excavated by the Thirst Questioner Empire. I'm surprised they got it working. And now, we're going to play with Kajira, or John and Leno. Free him from his stocks. Stocks and Leno the dog included. So, yeah. This is not random to get. You actually have to get all the treasure chests in the game opened. All the ones with the treasure, all the ones with the money in them, and the 4 in Soda Fountain. Memory boxes are not part of that grand total. Just the stuff with the treasure and the items and the money in them. That's it. It's not random like a lot of sources would tell you. Not even the Brady Games guide got it wrong. Anyway, let's open this up. I'm surprised I've seen this before. Or have never seen this before. Well, we get to see him from the backside, thankfully. Interestingly. Because we never got to see that in game. Well, let's do action 1 first.
Thanks.
You just freed John from the stocks and whatnot. You don't get to do anything else with them. For something you do have to put a lot of effort in just to get in particular, this toy feels like a missed opportunity. I wish you had more than 2 actions for this toy for once. And action 2 is Leno barking. Special, John and Leno, mysterious treasure hunter. Leno is the town sweetheart. A shame you don't get to see him very often. Leno, I mean. You don't get to see John either, but... Well, the game pretty much makes it known why. He's just doing stuff behind the scenes and basically playing double agent. Now for Dark Lumina 1. Let's go ahead and open this bad boy up. And... not much to him. He's got the shoulder pads and the loincloth and the horns and the... whatever's going on with his quads, but that's it. There's the laugh for action 1. And him getting angry for action 2. Special, D-Lumina 1, the Wizard of Darkness, will use the 5 scrolls to... Well, we never found out what he did because he fused with Kajiro and became that lizard thing. And there's D-Lumina 2, which is what we actually fought. So let's go ahead and play with that. And... man, Dark Lumina fused with Kajiro looks cool. That's action 1. And action 2 is the tailspin. Special, D-Lumina 2, same one, same description. And finally, D-Lumina 3, the last toy in the game. And I like this. They even gave him a little sword. Of course, you don't see the cape anywhere in when you finally get to play with the little guy. Action 1 is... Oh, you do get to see it. It's the little sword slash attack. Action 2 is the wings. And it's the same description. And with that, that's everything that there is in the game. This is Brave Fencer Musashi 100%. It's finally done. I can't believe I've done this. I finally found everything in this game after 20 plus years. It took some effort, but I did it. And now, you know how to do it too. I hope you enjoyed this Let's Play as much as I did, maybe just a little bit more. And hopefully, I'll be back with another game. Maybe it'll be good. Maybe it'll be bad. Maybe it'll be somewhere in between, who knows. Until then, this is PrinceWatercress. Take care. Stay safe. Thanks for watching, and see y'all later!